Table of Contents Chapter 1, The 7 Basic Requirements to Sell Anything to Anyone. Chapter 2, The First Requirement, Sell Yourself, Use a Great Story. Chapter 3, The Second Requirement, Creating the Undeniable Need. Chapter 4, The Third Requirement, Stamping Your Authority. Chapter 5, The Fourth Requirement, Creating the Sense of Urgency. Chapter 6, The Fifth Requirement, Making Them Accountable with Free Gifts. Chapter 7, The Sixth Requirement, Making a Commitment. Chapter 8, The Seventh Requirement, Keeping the Interest Factor Alive. Chapter 9, What You Can Sell and What You Cannot, Some Taboos. Chapter 10, Quest to Become Perfect in the Art of Salesmanship. Introduction. Getting into any business requires you to do one thing: sell something. It's not just about businesses though. Even if you are just working for an employee, you are selling our talent and your skills. The best profits come in when you are able to sell things in the right way. Here is how you can do that effectively. Chapter 1, The 7 Basic Requirements to Sell Anything to Anyone. Summary. You will be surprised at how simple it is, how easily we can lay down what we exactly need to do. The 7 Basic Requirements to Sell Anything to Anyone. Yes, you read that right. If you are trying to sell anything to anyone, you can streamline the whole process into just 7 important requirements. If you use them in the right amount and at the right time, you are certain to sell anything to anyone, probably even a refrigerator to an Eskimo. Requirement number 1, making the right background setting up for the sale is the most important. If you are able to pep your potential customer up to their maximum, they won't be able to wait till they buy from you. Requirement number 2, making your product seem important. People won't buy things that aren't important to them. So, you need to harp on your product's utility. Go all over town telling how undeniably useful your product is, and a lot more people will be interested in it. Requirement number 3, making yourself important. All right, so your product is useful, but why should they buy from you? Why are you better than the competition? You have to tell your customers that. You have to tell them why you and your product are better for them than what the competitive market is selling. Requirement number 4, setting off the alarms. Make people understand that this is so great an offer that it won't persist for long. Ask them to act fast. Give them a limited time discounted offer or something. This sense of urgency brings in better sales. Requirement number 5, giving things away. If you give away free gifts, it might set you back momentarily. But it can be a great thing for you in the long run, ensuring continued sales. Requirement number 6, committing yourself. Make these people understand that you will be there for them even after you have sold the product. This gives them a guarantee. Requirement number 7, continuing to hold their interest. You need to do that in order to sway even the die-hard customers over to your business. For some, a single sales pitch just doesn't seem to work. Chapter 2, The First Requirement, Sell Yourself, Use a Great Story. Summary. Everyone loves stories. Only, adults love stories that have emotions and ring true. Use them to become a master salesperson. The first requirement, sell yourself, use a great story. It is a highly competitive world we live in, and we can say that again without sounding cliched. Even as you are creating your sales page, you are at a loss to decide what to put on this page so that it does not look as though it is merely ripped off from your competitors. You are always on the lookout to find something special to put on your sales page that will make the people sit up and take notice of it. Now, what better can work for that than a great story? We aren't talking about Aesop's fables here, but if you could weave in a story of how you came up with the product or how you started the business, it could add great human factor to the sales page. Don't think that you don't have a story? Everyone has. You just have to dig it out. Was there some impediment in coming up with this product? Probably you almost never made it. That's a story. Or maybe you got a single jolt of inspiration that suddenly put the idea of building this product and getting into this business in your head. That's another great idea for a story. Or you could tell, and this would be to your great advantage, How your product made a big difference to someone, maybe even changing their lives for the better. Maybe you could even get a testimonial from them with their picture and signature and put it up on the sales page. Such things do work wonderfully, there's no question about that. Testimonials are also stories. They are stories of how other people used your product and what happened when they did that. The major plus point about testimonials is that they are said by someone else and hence they strike a better chord with the readers. In any case, stories work, whether they are your own or your users' testimonials. But remember that the language of the story is very important. A good story written in a bad language does not appeal to anyone. You could get a great professional writer from Get a Freelancer or Scriptlance to write up a good story for you. You give them the idea and they make a human interest tale out of it. In the media world they would say, this is what really sells. Chapter 3, the second requirement, creating the undeniable need. Summary: your audience must feel they cannot do without the product. That will make them queue up with their credit cards at your door. The second requirement, creating the undeniable need. People don't purchase things on a whim in today's world. Everyone has become quite conscious about money, especially because of the recent economic problems that the world has seen. But it is still a good time to start business. People have money, but they are only more cautious about spending it. The frivolous spending habits of people that we saw about 3 years ago have toned down miserably. But people are people, they will start spending frivolously again, but until then you have to make them see why they should buy something from you. You can do this by making people understand why they should buy your product, and that becomes your second requirement of making successful sales. Whatever your sales pitch is, the sales page, a television commercial, a magazine or a newspaper advertisement, the focus should be on what the product can do for the people. You have to tell them what benefits they can get out of them, and the more succinct you are about them, the better it will be. Let people know what their money will give them. When people are convinced that they are spending their money on something useful, they won't mind spending the money. It should be something that spells real utility to them. You must know that people don't see things that you don't tell them. Now, you might be selling a steam iron, but until and unless you actually outline the advantages of getting a steam iron, people won't think of buying. People won't buy it just because it exists. However, if you could make a bulleted list of its benefits and advertise that on your sales page or even in the mall where it is sold, you will find people buying it. You can actually hear people saying things like, "Dolores, this seems to be a good thing. See, I won't have to bend when I iron clothes at home. Yes, Martha, and it doesn't require much power too. See what I mean?" People talk themselves into buying things when the benefits of it are outlined. They almost convince themselves to make the purchase. Chapter 4, the third requirement, stamping your authority. Summary: you have to make people realize that you are the person to buy from. The third requirement, stamping your authority. This is actually where your actual sales expertise comes into play. Making a list of the benefits is actually one of the most common things to do. Everyone who makes a sales pitch for their product will do that. But what you have to see is how you can make it special so that your people can't resist purchasing it. One of the best ways to do that is to focus on how you and your product are better than the competition. In a way, you have started on this already, right in the first requirement when you wrote the story. You are stamping your specialness at that point itself. But now you have to put that more in your readers' faces. Make them see what's so special about you. Speak of your special expertise in the area. Speak why you are better than the others. Maybe it is the creativeness of your product or an added feature that makes it unique, or maybe even your better support system. Be as transparent to your public as you can be. In the baby boomer generation, it was alright if companies kept everything about themselves secret. People still bought, and, in fact, in those days, the more enigmatic a product was, the better it was. This was the general feeling among the public. But today, With the great concept of Web 2.0 looming right in front of us, we need to be much clearer about what we are selling. Use forums and blogs to sell yourself. If you don't have a blog yet, make one using Blogger or WordPress. People can then interact with you. They understand you are for real and that you have answers to their apprehensions. They get more convinced about you as a person. They don't mind buying from you. The best thing is that this helps you to come above your competition. In today's day and age, this is the most important thing you can do to enhance your product's selling prospects. Chapter 5, the fourth requirement, creating the sense of urgency. Summary: people buy more when an apocalyptic scenario is created. The fourth requirement, creating a sense of urgency. If you have seen any sales pitches lately, any at all, you will have come across this doomsday mentality that they create. A great ad for a great product for a great price will end with "this offer is only for 3 days. Rush." The smiling blonde on home TV will demonstrate a product that you absolutely want for your house and then say, "These prices are only till the next full moon," or something like that. Even the nerdy geek who puts his picture on the sales page creates an Armageddon scenario by stating that his prices have been dropped from $127 to $27 only for the next 24 hours. The truth is probably that his product was never anywhere above $27. But when you tell people that they are getting a bargain, they are always interested, even if the price after the bargain is more than the original price of the product elsewhere. Humans are sticklers for bagging steals, and it panders our ego to understand that we have got a bargain. What really improves a bargain situation is the sense of urgency. The feeling of get your credit card right out of your wallet and buy this schmuck is what gets them every time. Of course, when you know there's just 36 minutes to buy something at half price, you will probably buy it. Even if that thing isn't useful to you right now, you will justify yourself by saying, "If I have to buy this tomorrow, I will have to pay a lot more." Chances are that you will buy that thing and it will keep gathering dust till the real doomsday happens. But there's no reason why you shouldn't use this gimmick as well, considering that even the big name malls and supermarkets are putting ads for their hourly discounted sales. If you promote your offers well, you will get a good number of buyers. However, there are a few rules. Your product needs to be good. The bargain has to be attractive. If you just knock 50 cents off your price, it isn't going to mean anything. The time you give them should be short. Even if they have a few days on hand, they will procrastinate. At the same time, the time shouldn't be so short that they think your offer is a scam. Remember, people have become much more discerning now. Chapter 6, the fifth requirement, making them accountable with free gifts. Summary: give and you shall receive. There's no greater truth than that when it comes to salesmanship either. The fifth requirement, making them accountable with free gifts. When you give away things for free through your sales page or wherever you are promoting your stuff from, you are doing several things that directly benefit your prospecting game. 1. You are giving people a sampling of your quality. If your gift is really good, people somehow think that the real thing will be good too. 2. You begin a channel of communication with your people. Because you have given them something for free, the ice is already broken. You could now start making these people interested in other things. 3. You stamp your credibility. People understand that you really have some products that are probably made well too. 4. But the most important thing is that you are sending them on an emotional trip. Giving something away is as good as telling them, "You took something from me for free. Now, it is your turn to pay back by actually buying something." If the person was thinking about who to buy a particular thing from, they will think about buying it from you just because you gave them something for free earlier. When online marketers build their lists, they use this trick most often. They set up a blog and give people away an ebook or a subscription to a newsletter for free. In return, they ask people for their email ads. This becomes their list, which they starting tapping into. They send emails to this list about their products and state their offers if they have any. When people are convinced about the quality of their product, they are very likely to make purchases from them. Give people things for free, but don't do it without maintaining records of whom you have given things to. That would break the communication forever. Even if they want to get back to you, they might not have bookmarked your site and will not know where to find you. So, remind people to bookmark your site, use RSS feeds using Dig and StumbleUpon, etc. so that they know where you are. Most importantly, keep them on your list and keep promoting your stuff to them. Chapter 7, the 6th requirement, make a commitment. Summary: commit yourself to be there for your customer, always. They will be more convinced into buying your stuff. The 6th requirement, make a commitment. People who want to buy from you want to make sure that you will be there for them. They want to see your commitment. No one likes flyby purchases in which they buy something and then lose all contact with the seller. This might work if you are selling something for $1, but for most things that people buy today, they want to see the seller remain involved even after the sale has been done. There is reason for that. They want to make sure that if anything goes wrong with the product, there is some remedy for that. Only the seller can ensure such a remedy. That is the reason people are promising so many money-back guarantees on the internet today. Take a look at a sales page on the internet, any sales page, and you will find that there is almost always a money-back guarantee. Sometimes these guarantees extend to up to 90 days. This is the period in which customers are free to buy the product, use it and check whether they will work for them or not. You must also provide a good money-back guarantee. It should be of an ample time so that people are convinced that could nicely check the product and return it if they are not satisfied with it. Most likely, they will never return your product. People are already very discerning when they buy, and if you make everything quite clear on your sales page, they will know exactly what to expect. Be honest there, and you will have no returns of your sold products. But what people want more than the money-back guarantee is a support system that continues after the product has been purchased. Most people aren't technical-minded, and if your product requires the customer to use some kind of technical knowledge, you have to be there to guide them. You have to promise your unstinting support even after the purchase is done. Be honest and upfront about these promises and deliver them. This ensures long-term selling prospects for your business. Chapter 8, the 7th requirement, keep the interest factor alive. Summary: very few people will buy from you at the very first go. It becomes highly imperative for you to keep them hooked. The 7th requirement, keep the interest factor alive. Not many people are going to buy things from you at the first instant itself. Sales page conversions will happen, but they will be very low. In the offline world, it is much more likely that you have guaranteed purchases when people walk into the store, but even so, when it comes to expensive things, the rate of conversion is low. So, what must you do to clinch the deal in such cases? The one most important thing you must do is to keep the interest factor alive. Some time back we spoke about building a list and trying to get it to convert. It is for people like these, the drifters you might want to call them, that you build lists. These people might purchase, but they want that push to do so. When you have them on the list, you could keep promoting to them through emails and newsletters. Remember that you shouldn't send them such material without their opt-in permission, because if you do so, you become a spammer, and there's no dirtier tag than that when you are trying to something on the internet. But send them quality material. Send them stuff that will really interest them. Research on what drives this particular niche. They might want to know more about how to stuff, DIY stuff, or maybe some tips and figures interest them. Whatever it is they want to know, keep giving them such stuff at regular intervals. The idea is to keep them hooked on. These people may have become interested in what you are trying to sell when they first visited you, but now they might be losing interest. When one of your meaningful emails comes into their inbox, their dwindling interest gets a shot in the arm. If things are going too long, you might even consider inviting them to download another ebook or sign up for another newsletter subscription for free. It works. Probably you could get another marketer to give away things with you. Such collaboration works in mutual interest. People who are selling offline could also do this by announcing offers and informing people through snail mail. But the internet tops when you are doing such recurrent marketing. Chapter 9, What you can sell and what you cannot, some taboos. Summary: yes, you can sell anything to anyone, or let us make that most things. There are some things that you cannot and shouldn't sell. What you can sell and what you cannot, some taboos. We have been speaking for a while about how you can sell anything to anyone. Now, it is time to be upright and honest about that statement. Can you sell anything? The point we are trying to make here is that there are some things that you shouldn't sell. But, even then this works for you, because when you know what these things are, you anyway won't sell them. Here's the list. Illegal stuff. Our good governments have demarcated the legal things and illegal things. We live in this society and want to prosper and become rich in it, so it is most important that you don't sell any illegal stuff. In fact, people who sell illegal stuff are stupid. They take risks without reason. You can make a much higher profit selling legal stuff because there are more buyers who will be ready to buy it. You can market much more openly. Your prospects can increase thousandfold. The profits in rightfully operated legal businesses are much more than those made through illegal ones. Plagiarized stuff. Don't sell anything that belongs to someone else. There's the human factor that you need to consider first. Someone probably spent blood, sweat, tears, and money in developing that product. Passing it off in your name is downright unethical. And it can backfire seriously. People who have come researching for your product probably know of the other products that exist in the market too, especially if they have been looking online. One look at your product and they will know that it is infringed. Your credibility takes a serious knockout. Failed stuff. Whatever it takes, don't rehash failed products and sell them as new. People see through that easily. They will associate your name with the failed products and that will not bode well for your popularity too. Chapter 10, Quest to become perfect in the art of salesmanship. Summary: perfection comes through experience. Quest to become perfect in the art of salesmanship. No one can call themselves a perfect salesperson because there are always people who want to buy your product, despite your best efforts. There are many things that come into play here, and you need not take your failures in this field personally. It's not always about your product or about yourself, but you can definitely keep improving your sales skills. That improvement comes through practice. The more you try to sell things, the more you learn. You learn what works and what doesn't. You learn what type of customer you can sell to and what type you can't. You learn who will keep buying from you and who will just be a drifter. You learn what you must open your dialogue with to make the maximum impact on someone who visits you. These things are learned through practice. Here, it is very important not to let failures bog you down. If you couldn't sell something to someone, try a different approach. Maybe when you fail in a sale you can clearly see where you erred. Or maybe you want to. But the point is to keep on with your efforts. Remember these points. 1. There is no guarantee that a person will buy from you, regardless of the efforts you put into making the sale. However, you can always increase the chances of them buying your product. You can do this by making your product more attractive for them. 2. Remember that your product won't have lastability, whatever it is. That is the reason you need to keep improving it by bringing new versions, updates, and stuff. 3. Every failed sale teaches you something. With this education, you can make better sales. 4. Always keep a lookout on how other people are marketing their stuff. In fact, buy from them. See what convinces people to buy from them. The internet is the best place to make such surveys. 5. Keep improving. Keep evolving. You will be a better salesperson tomorrow than you are today just because you kept trying. Selling isn't difficult. You only need to know what ticks. Experience teaches you that wonderfully. Conclusion: selling is an art. And like other arts, it may not come naturally to people. But there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't be a pro at it. Now you have all the stuff you need to know to become a better salesperson. All the best to you.